I wanted to show you this so you can see how vegans talk out of both sides of their mouths in order to push their vegan agenda. This is part of a video that was created by two vegans who tried to debunk my video called The Harmful Vegan War on Leather, Wool, and Fur. It starts with one of the vegans agreeing with me that so-called vegan clothing made of destructive and toxic petroleum-derived chemicals like polyurethane are a problem because not only are they harmful, but they're cheap to produce and don't last very long. So the constant and frequent turnover rate is harming the animals by polluting the environments where these animals live.
That's old and we're so used to like having new things. Like me, I don't think I've purchased a shirt or a pair of pants in 2 years. I just I wear the same things over and over again. And do you think that's a big part of the problem is people just buy too many clothes, so the clothes companies have to keep up with demand?
I mean, fast fashion is one of the most polluting, destructive cultural practices that we engage in the Western world. Kind of ties into everything that we're talking about. And I don't know how familiar you are with fast fashion.
I'm not. Is it just clothes in general that's just put out fast, or is it specifically a fashion thing, kind of like high fashion designers?
Fast fashion is it's a production model. It's a business model. Just producing as much clothing as possible in a short amount of time as possible, the most efficient, cost-effective way to get out the most clothing in the shortest amount of time. And so much of it ends up as waste, and so much of it is synthetic because the synthetic stuff is cheaper, right? So all that stuff that Garland Farms was critiquing in the video makes up a big part of the fast fashion industry. So, like, look, he and I are on the same page when it comes to how bad that is. The idea that that a vegan is somehow bound to that is just ridiculous. Though that's where the point of disagreement would come in. It's obviously very bad.
Now you'll hear this same vegan reverse gears and try to demonize long-lasting clothing made of leather, wool, and fur as being too expensive, insinuating that the cost of an item that will last a lifetime should be a reason to opt for the cheaper items offered by fast fashion, such as harmful and destructive polyurethane, which again is polluting the animal's environment, partly because they're non-biodegradable and don't last very long as functional clothing.
I mean, I'm not super up on fashion prices, but I think buying plant-based clothing is always going to be cheaper than buying leather, actual leather or actual wool. That stuff is expensive, as far as I can tell. It's not like, I mean, I could be wrong about that, but it seems more expensive to me. Like back when I was not vegan, like a real leather jacket would cost a lot more than like a polyurethane jacket. So I that's always been my personal sense. I didn't, for this conversation, didn't do the deep dive into the like pricing and stuff like that, but that's always been my sense that the authentic leather is always a little bit more expensive than the synthetic alternatives. So
never forget, every vegan argument can be debunked. Don't let them pull the wool over your eyes. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.